The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Cut it, flip. Cut it. Go. 3 down. Check 42, man. That's good. That guy's good. 45. Mike, 45. Let's go, D. 45.
2nd and 11. And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Second and 9 now.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Check 9. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I'm coming.
Operating from the gun. Fields. He finds his target, Fuller. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Fields. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
First down, New Orleans.
On the set. 45. Mike, 45. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. That's it. 45. Shut up.
Off-play action. Fields. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Let's go.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here we go. Here we go. 10, no. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Hey. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Check pass. Mike, check. 59. I want that.
Looking to throw. Fields. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Okay, break. Mike, 4-7 to Mike. Ricky.
On first down, Swift. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey.
Back to throw. Daniels. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Hey, Zoo. 47 to Mike, boy, 47. Zoo.
On 3rd down, Daniels. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. These two teams all tied after 1.
Ready, set. 47. Check back 47. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And this one complete to Smith. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Daniels. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right here.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 59, Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Fields.
What we got?
Open man is Michael Thomas. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
It's second down.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run it from the gun with Yeldon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on first down. He's letting this one go for Fuller and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
Check 59. Danny. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
On 3rd down, Fields gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18.
A gain of 21 yards.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Check 43. Orbit. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Fuller. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check. 59 Mike. Check. 59. I'm good.
2nd and 2. It fights him off. Able to fight through one, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame, there to get a hand in.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
On the double. Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Second and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Cut.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
36.
Down.
The final shot before break. Daniels looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Let's go. 8, read.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Hey, Delta.
Mike's 47. Mike.
Let's go. 2.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. It's caught. Smith. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline. On
first down, Swift. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. On 3rd down, Swift. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This is Gallman, and he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that.
On the ground, it's Gallman again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Set. 60 outlaw.
Check, 47. Pick me up. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to regain the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
You can't block me. Delta. Check 59, Mike.
2nd and 1. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Airing it out deep for Smith, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, it hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
We got double up, double up.
To throw on third down, Daniels, and Jennings has it. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Go!
It's a gain of 8. And the Falcons, first down.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Five.
From the gun, Daniels. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
This is where his eyes told him everything he needed to know. As a linebacker, when you're sitting at the second level and you can see everything in front of you, that play just developed right in front of him, and he got there in a hurry and made a really nice play.
Under crunch. Check.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, check 24.
Hey, Charlie.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On first down, Fields. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. Now TJ Yeldon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
On first and 10, Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, He hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Yeldon running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play, that's a -4.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. Bandit. That's it. Switch.
Operating from the gun. Fields. He finds Yeldon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
That brings up 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike 5'9". Watch the run.
On 4th down, Fields. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Mike's 59. Bring it. Mike, check, 59.
From the gun, Fields. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. After the penalty, it's Yeldon. Call it a gain of 12, but, of course, not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, and maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
We got it. 59's Mike. Check, 59. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike, check. 59. Check 59, Mike.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Too low. 29 is Mike 12. Down to lose one. 29 is Mike 29. I got him. Check. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come.
Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but now it'll be third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Check your hot read. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
On third down, Yeldon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Check. Hold on.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. My ancient gator. I got hot 29 is the mic. 29. I got you, boy. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. Let's go, Steve. Let's go. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. Oh, here we go. Oh. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. Rip right.
They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Go now.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Throwing on first down, Daniels. Caught by Jones. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line. Let's go.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone.
Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Check. Crunch. Mike's 50.
Bravo.
Let him know. Mike 50.
Here's the 2nd and 7. This is Jennings. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Let's go, baby.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Come on.
game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This to advance to the divisional round. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So nothing of importance there, just the season on the line, and he puts it home to likely get him through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, this is what you practice for all season long. And this one was never in doubt.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Let's go.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment. But once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.